Hello nerds, it's Thursday, the day that I'm supposed to make a video for you, and for the last 2 weeks I haven't. Sorry about that. Regina, Nicole, I like list-based entertainment, so I've been liking the fact and the misconceptions that I've been learning from you guys. It's very cool. And in the spirit of that, I'm releasing my own list today, 5 misunderstandings about retail work, specifically electronic retail. If you guys don't know, I work at a certain office supply named Office Supply Store, and before that, not to name any names, but I worked at the world's largest video game retailer. So I've been doing this for a while, and I've learned a few things about retail and customers and perceptions. So anyway, here are my 5 things. First, let me go inside. It's raining and I don't want to have the camera on. Okay, so I'm back under the cover of protection to talk to you guys some more. And in an effort to make things more concise, I wrote this little post-it notes of ideas and talking points. Kind of wander around. The number 1 misconception about electronics retail is profit. A lot of people are under the belief that computers and printers and electronics make a lot of money, which is why you get a lot of people that say things like, man, these things are so expensive here, or, oh my gosh, why can't I get a free printer with my computer? Whatever their purchase may be, why don't I get a free set of cables, or whatever that is. That's because computers and electronics in general don't make little to any money. Any computer you've ever seen on sale that isn't from a particular Cupertino-based fruit-named company probably isn't making that retailer any money. And that's because most computers are sold at a loss. And there's just, like I said, there's a big misconception about how money is made on computers. And that kind of brings me to my next talking point, which is attachments. Anytime you've ever gone to a place that sells electronics, or most things actually, you'll find someone who's asking you, hey, do you need ink for that printer? Do you need paper? Do you need cables? Do you need software? And that's for 3 reasons. I know I'm branching off now. And those 3 reasons are thus. 1, an employee of any considerable value knows what customers' needs and generally will try to make sure they do have what they need. They're going to ask you those questions because they want to make sure you don't get home and find out you don't have what you need. There are plenty of people that are surprised to find out that printers don't come with full sets of ink usually, or don't have paper inside and they need to rush back and get that because they have to print something out that day. The second reason is that their manager's probably pressuring them to ask because, again, that profit level I told you about. And the third thing being that company, that reseller, that retailer that is selling you these things wants to stay in business, so they have to make money, so they have to make sure that they are making as much as they can off any sale. That doesn't excuse people that are pushing things or that are rude to you, that in fact hurts their cause, because anyone who's rude to you in customer service is putting their company in a minute amount of danger. But if enough of them are doing that, it puts the company as a whole in a bad position where people may not come back. And that actually pushes me to my third point, which is customer service. If you get one of these kind of pushy salespeople, ask for someone else. Ask for a manager, ask for another employee, because you don't want to have a bad sales experience, and the company doesn't want you to have a bad sales experience either. They want you to enjoy what you experience. They want you to come back. They want you to continue buying things because that's how business works. People want to stay in business, which means they want their customers to have a good experience. Or even if they don't necessarily want their customers to have a good experience, they at least understand that these 2 ideas are tied together. Fourth thing, and this is about, again, how retail works. People, I think, need to understand that retailers are typically a distribution-only space. That means when you buy something there, they're simply the person selling it. They're not the person making it. And even if people think that is an obvious thing, you see a lot of situations, I've seen it where I've worked, I've seen it at other places, where you assume, I bought this here, so if I have a problem, that's where I take it back to. That's typically not the case. The retailer will probably have the numbers of people you can contact to, their vendors, the manufacturer's support, but an item has a certain return period. That's why you'll see on a receipt how long you're able to return something, how the receipt keeps track of that. Outside of that point, they'll try to help you, but it's no longer the retailer's responsibility to make sure your item is fixed or that you benefit from it because they've sold it to you. They have upheld their end of the bargain by offering a return window. And while I believe companies should be trying to help people out, make exceptions where possible, again, this comes back to staying in business. They don't follow those return policies. What's the point of having them? And that puts their business in jeopardy if it's done on a large enough scale. And lastly, I might seem like I'm too pro-store in this talk, but this is something for everyone to remember. It doesn't matter which side of the counter you're on. Person on the other side's a human being just like you. Jeez, people have seen me filming myself now. It's been a while since I did this. So anyway, the last point that I'm going to make with this is when you talk to someone on the other end, you want to make sure that you're treating them with the dignity and respect that they deserve. Back to what I said about customer service, ask for someone else or a manager if you're getting treated badly, but don't go on the offensive or assume that if someone tells you something like, this is our return policy, and you're outside of it, don't assume they're trying to screw you over. They're just doing their job, and typically they will, to the best of their ability, help you however they can. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd throw those things out there as my list for the week, and Luciano, I hope to see your video tomorrow, and DFTBA, guys.